All right, back again, ready to explore some of these things a little more. I wanted to go into kind of what the next step is, because after I went through the Clear Pitch app, um, let's see here, skips these. I don't know why it does this sometimes, but anyway, um, okay, let's go to the play so I can get into some of these melodies here. Now, let's start with the simplest. Let's start with C, beginning of the musical alphabet. um, if we listen to the C melody, la,
See a star, a twinkling star, and make a wish.
see the star, star, and make a wish. Now I've got my guitar here. I've learned all the melodies on the guitar because I thought that would just help. I want to have as many triggers and cues and things like that in my memory, experience of the physical act of playing it, of singing it, um, and then applying that. The next step being here to apply that to learning to hear these melodies against all key centers. So I have this Pocket Raga app right here, and what I do with this is it allows me to have a drone background. When I play this, you're going to hear. So now I've got that C in the background, right? So here's the key. If you play long enough in the key of C, sometimes I like to do with the guitar, I'll just play a cadence, like a 1, 4, 5, 1 cadence, a 2, 5, 1. So I'll do something like that. I'll be like, so now I've got my ear really set in the key of C. So now if we go back to C here, and back to the clear pitch app and play the C, the melody.
See a star, a twinkling star, and make a wish.
We'll get that kind of into the mind. See, started, started, make a wish. Now if I play that, see, started, started, make a wish. We can hear the melody, the first note is C, then we have an A, and then a G, C, A, C, so C, A, C, A, C. Now in the key of C, with C as our tonality, our tonal center, C is the 1, A is the 6th, so you hear that 6th sound, which I use solfege, so I always think in terms of solfege, so I'm like, this is do, this is la, this is do, sol, the G is the 5th in the key of C, which is sol, C, C, G, C, C, do, la, do, so, so, do, la, sol, do. So I want to get a feel for that, get used to that, singing that and hearing it. Like hear that 6th sound, that la sound, and then the do sound, the root, and then the 5, 5th scale degree, which is sol. Right? I get a good feel for that. I have a way of going through this. Actually, what I'll do is I'll listen to the melody,
See a star, a twinkling star, and make a wish.
and I play that in my mind as clearly as I can. I play it back in my mind silently and listen to it in my mind like I'm listening to the recording. And then I play it, playing along and singing along. And then what I'll do is listen to the solfege syllables. And then I'll think of the solfege syllables in my head. I'll play it back silently in my mind. Okay. And then I will come back to the guitar, and now I'm going to listen to the notes. the syllables, but the sound of the scale degrees. Like the sound of do, the sound of la, the sound of do, the sound of sol, the sound of do. So sometimes I'll do it kind of slow. So I'm hearing how it sounds against that background of the pocket raga. And then now I'm going to think in terms of the melody. So I'm hearing, I'm trying to sing the lyrics of the melody while feeling, making sure I'm cued into and feeling the scale after I have a good feel for it, I'll play it again.
See a star, a twinkling star, and make a wish.
See a star, a twinkling star, and make a wish. So then I'm done with that key. Now, for anybody who's probably thinking, well, let's relative pitch. Well, it's always playing an absolute pitch. The idea is you want to get a feel, and as I progress, I'll go through some other, go through the keys, and you'll kind of get a feel for what I'm doing. But we're trying to get a strong feel for how that melody sounds against that key center, whichever key center it is. And in order to do that, you have to cue into and get comfortable with the scale degrees, the tonal function of each of those notes in that key, so that it's not weird and unfamiliar to you. So if we go over to the Pocket Raga app again, now we're going to change keys and go up to F. So now we're going to do cadence in F to really put my ear in F. Let's go back over. So we're going to play F. We're going to play C.
See a star, a twinkling star, and make a wish.
So listen to that in my mind. See a star, a twinkling star, and make a wish. Now sometimes I'll play just to add extra emphasis on that key center. I'll play like an F chord, just an F, like a bar chord, a power chord, to emphasize that key, and then sing it. Notice how now we have different, those notes of the C melody have a different tonal function in the key of F. So, mi, so, re, so, mi, so. Now C is the fifth. C is the fifth. A is the third. C, fifth again. G is the second in the key of F. So you hear that second sound, or re. Fifth, third, and then fifth again. So it's like so, mi, so, re, so, mi, so. So now I'm going to sing that in my mind, silently. So in my mind I'm thinking, so, mi, so, re, so, mi, so. But I do it in my mind as clearly as possible, just to really improve my ability to have that kind of audiographic memory, where I can just play sounds as clearly as possible in my head without having to sing them or play them out loud, which is such a good skill to have, just to try to work on no matter what. And then in my mind I'll switch over to, I'm going to switch over to the lyrics. So I'm going to be, only I'm going to sing the lyrics while thinking of the solfege syllables in the back of my mind, like actually focusing on how that's the fifth, and I hear it as the fifth in the key of F. That's the third, and I hear it as the third in the key of F. And then when I get to the G, I hear the G as the second. I hear that second quality, the re quality. But I'm singing. I'm hearing all of these things at the same time. that pitch memory, the pitch location, the location of where this melody is, the familiarity with the melody at the pitch that it's at, regardless of the fact that, in one instance it was in the key of C, in the other instance it was in the key of F. So now we've gotten used to that, and we worked with that a little bit, and we can hear how it's play it one last time.
See a star, a twinkling star, and make a wish.
Play it back in my mind. And then play it. See a star, a twinkling star. So now I've got key of F under my belt. Meditation on that. Now we're going to go B flat. I'm going backwards through the cycle of keys here. Backwards through the cycle of this. Because I feel like it's a much more natural, functional tendency of the mind to go up in fourths or down in fifths. So backwards through the cycle of fifths, it's kind of like you're constantly, it's a circle progression. So you're going like 5 1 5 1 5 1. So it's a series of 2 5s actually is what it is. In jazz, that's kind of how I think of it, as a series of 2 5s. But so anyway, B flat.
See a star, a twinkling star, and make a wish.
Play in my mind. And then now I'm gonna just sing against, I'm gonna play the power chord, just 1 5 1 here to emphasize my key, which is B flat. Now in the key of B flat, fa sees the 2 spread, fa is the 7th. That's why. So I'm gonna think. And remember, this isn't about being a singer. This isn't about being able to sing really beautifully or anything, or have a great tone quality to your singing voice. It's just about being able to vocalize the notes so that you can internalize them into your mind and really give yourself a strong, deep sense of familiarity with the sounds. Sort of like get these sounds to become part of you, And then I'll sing that in my mind. And then coming back to the melody, I'm going to start to thinking in terms of the lyric. Singing the lyrics, but in my mind I'm focusing at the same time on this solfege syllables, on the scale degrees and the sounds of the re, si, re, la, la, re. But anyway. It's a different kind of sound. So once we've gone through that, play it one more time.
See a star, a twinkling star, and make a wish.
See a star, a twinkling star. So now, so I think you're hopefully starting to get the gist here. Think about it. Kind of bore you guys to death if I go through all of them, but what I'll do is I'll sit and I'll go through every key, and then actually, what do I do? I do this stuff almost every day, but okay, so moving on. Okay, so once I'm done with the whole process, see what'll happen is you'll get to a key like, I'm going to point this out, you'll get to a key like B, right? And after the key of B, C is the flat 2. if you're listening to a piece of music or a song or something in the key of B, and say, I don't know, say it's something hip and you hear a C, are you going to be able to recognize that as a C? You know, if that melody, if you're used to hearing that melody in the key of C or in a little, in easier keys and it's easier to hear, and then suddenly you hear it in the key of B, you're going to, it could throw you off. You know, you might get confused and think that B is C. You might make like a half step error or something. So the idea is to really get a feel for this melody at the pitch that it's at, get really familiar with it against all the keys, all 12 key centers. And some are going to be kind of weird, like in the key of B, C is the flat 2. And we've got you know, so it's a totally different sound. It's the same pitch for the melody, but the overall sound of it against that key center is totally different. So we want to get really familiar with these sounds against all of the key centers, each melody against every key center. So you just want to get really familiar with that. Just really wanted to point that out. But okay, I think I'll wrap that up for now. It's almost 15 minutes, so hopefully that makes some sense.